I didn't change my mind. I said, I will continue and retire and go into the public sector. Going to the public sector was different, and I wanted now to go and show the Kenyans how to behave themselves, to be disciplined in the army way. Anyway, I joined the breweries, and after joining the breweries, I started moving, and although he took me as a general manager, security, within 3 months, he made me the general manager, human resources department. So I started developing the human resources development at the breweries. And we went on. I enjoyed myself. The salary was very exciting. Definitely a lot more than what I was getting at the army. And I think I worked fairly well with the officers of Kenya Breweries. After that, they made me a director of Kenya Breweries and a director of East African Breweries. And the salary, I must say, was attractive. And I certainly enjoyed that fat salary of the breweries. But as we went on, I got interested in, once I left the army, I felt that, and the breweries was there, I stayed, and I got involved very much with other social organizations. I joined sports. I took up boxing, became chairman of Boxing Association. I went into the boxing, world boxing, and got promotions there. And I enjoyed boxing. And in Kenya itself, up to today, I know that I did a lot for boxing in Kenya. We won the first gold medal in boxing during my era. Served sports. I also became the vice chairman of the Kenya National Sports Council and other organizations as well. And I enjoyed my life. Sometimes maybe I stuck too much. I could have moved faster than just there. But I got involved with St. John's Ambulance, and we grew St. John's Ambulance. And in fact, St. John's Ambulance was a small unit. I also pushed it. The World Organization recognized St. John's Ambulance. In fact, I am the first African to be given the Grand Cross of the St. John by Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth. And we pushed it on. So also the world, in terms of outward bound training and all that, I was also involved. And I met so many people, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I also got involved in organizing expeditions. So there was a youth organization which was running they called themselves Operation Rally. Operation Rally was going around the world putting up organizations for the youth. So somehow they picked me from St. John's experience and so on, and they made me lead that organization here in Kenya. So again, I got involved with the youth, and I went everywhere in the country, putting up various organizations. They came up to build. In fact, I had heard Mr. Moi's place, there was a school which was collapsing. So I came and I went and did my investigations. Actually, the children were studying under trees in the president's constituency. So I got Operation Rally when they came to go and build classrooms in Moi's constituency. And I think he was. And of course, I didn't forget my own area. I was not in politics, but in my own area, I also made sure we got a school through Operation Rally. But we did many other places as well. Again, purely as a volunteer. And I enjoyed that thoroughly. In the process also, I got involved with others, organizations, international organizations, to do various things. And I enjoyed that as well. It exposed me. I traveled a lot to various countries. I met various leaders and so on. Then I thought I made a mistake and decided to go into politics. So when I decided to go into politics, I had a lot of opposition from the various leaders who were telling me, Marsden, sahau siasa ini wakora. But I said, no, I've had enough time at the breweries. Let me try my hand elsewhere. So I decided in December, the elections were coming December, so I only had a year to try and publicize myself. Fortunately, because of my various other activities I'd been doing, people even in my area knew me. So when I decided to contest the Mwatate parliamentary seat, they all came forward and said, we will support you and so on. But of course, I still needed besha, as I would say, but I didn't have the money. But all the same, I went to view friends and I raised very little money. In fact, I really wonder how we managed. Mr. President, today, nyinyi zile pesa mnatumia kwa campaigns tulikuwa hatuwezi kuzinusia. Because my first campaign, I only had 300,000. And I campaigned with that, and I won. So I got into politics that way, and I got involved. And better still, when I got there, Moi, for some reason, decided to make me his minister. So I really had no experience of a member of parliament or whatever. So I had to find my way into politics and then building a race. Then, of course, as you've heard, when he made me minister, he gave me Ruto somewhere as an assistant minister. So I had a reasonable team. They worked hard, but they had other ambitions also. So like this president, that time also he was young, but as I said, yeye alikuwa anakimbia kwa president. Nampa kazi hafanyi, anaenda kwa president. Akajijenga huko. But all the same, we worked very well together, and we were great friends, Mr. President. I know one time you were a bit mad And I know one time he went to one constituency and didn't speak very well of me. But I say, huyu ni mwanasiasa tu, hizo ni siasa zake. But otherwise, we went on and we had very good sharing as a minister and having my assistant minister. We were a good team. So, Mr. President, wewe ukiwa huko juu, ukumbuke huyu mkwana wewe. Usimsahau. Nimestaafu kweli, lakini unaona ninasimama imara. So usinisahau. But really, I mean, all of us have to accept that time comes when you've got to move out and do other things as well, because huwezi kuoza hapo pahali pengine. Lazima ule ujuzi wako umepata upeleke kwingine pia, tujenge nchi. So like now, I'm happy. I've been serving in various other voluntary organizations. At the moment, I see Christina Pratt Kenyatta there. She was the president of the fund for the foundation. So mi akaja kuniomba niungane nao. I was a bit hesitant because hawa watoto. But I eventually agreed, so I became a trustee of the fund for the disabled. And I enjoyed myself. I'm enjoying myself there and doing, I think, a reasonable job. So that is what I've been doing in my life. As a raia, sio mwanajeshi. Sasa pia nikafanya siasa, nikafanya 2 terms. Term ya 3 nilikuwa nakimbia around. That's when the president had made me Minister for Foreign Affairs. So I think I lost of time in my constituency, so I lost those elections. And once I lost those elections, I said, no, I'm not going to bother. So I never tried politics again. Nikatosheka. Watu wengi hata wewe najua niambia, kwa nini unatoka? Nikasema, wacha niwachie wengine, mimi nifanye mengine. So that's how my life has been. And I thank God. We had very good parents, my father and my mother. My father was a clergyman, and as I said, he was the first African curate at the All Saints Cathedral. So you can see the holiness in me. So while he was there also, that is when then we started doing quite a few things. I was also privileged then when he was there. I always remember the late Graham Hislop as we sing the national anthem. The late Graham Hislop, we came and got us at home, in the house. He would do the practices with George Seneca's I think it was. So he used to come to All Saints to practice his organ and the tune and so on. So after that, he'll come to our house to get my father, my mother, mimi na wafanyikazi tuimbe, aone kama tune yake iko sawa sawa. So we did a lot. We contributed to the tune of the Kenya national anthem. Something we thoroughly enjoyed. And also at that age, I used to do a lot of other things as well. To support my father at this Hospital Hill School, he didn't have enough money. So during the holidays, I used to work as a petrol attendant at Ibu's petrol station. That's a petrol station next to Kipande House. So I used, during every holiday, naenda, peana hii mafuta, and surprisingly, I made a lot of money. The Muzungus were very impressed by my English. They'd come and say, who you young boy is speaking very good English? I want him to come and put pressure on my car. I want him to come and wipe my windows. Then they tipped me handsomely. So in the end of my 3 weeks, what I made out of that tips helped me to help my father. And he was always very grateful. And I also remember utoto ni kitu kizuri. Mimi sasa, I never took lunch. Nilienda mkono tupa. So nikipata hizo tips, najua nitapata tu. So all I used to do for my lunch, there's a Muhindi with a shop there. And I used to go for lunch there. And what did I take? Coke and a jam tart. That was my lunch every day. That was quite something at that time. So nikajisaidia pia. That is part of my other life. And we grew up there. And also, being at All Saints Cathedral, I used my father and mother, because also they were poorly paid. He was really struggling to feed us and educate us and so on. We used to dig where the house is. You know, Uhuru Park, is it Jamhuri Park? Jamhuri Park, yeah. Uhuru Park, yeah. Half of that was our shamba. Baba na mama tulikuwa tunaenda, hata mimi nikitoka shule tunakimbia twende tulime. Tulikuwa tunapata mpanda mhogo, mahindi, sweet potatoes and beans. So we were feeding ourselves from that shamba. Unfortunately, kulikuwa hakuna watu wa kuiba sana. So we were able to get our chakula from that side. So hapo pia mimi nilikula huko Uhuru Park. So that was part of my life, Mr. President, tukifanya kazi hizo. And I'm grateful to God that all that was done. Before I got into the other world, did I? Yeah, of politics. Then moving around also, I thought I was only the bright one, that I can go and get good ladies to bring to Taita. Kumbe watu wengine wadogo hivi walikuwa wanaangalia kwetu pia. So I got Dr. Njenga there. He came and alitembea mpaka Taita kuja kuchukua dada yangu. Na tumeshirikiana sana. So generally, Mr. President, I've said quite a bit in my book, and there's something we learn from, and also things we feel we must learn and improve where things have been going wrong. Mr. President, wewe kama president wangu, nikuulize, je, ulinifanyia nini? No, I mean, we have worked very well with the president, And I am grateful to him that he even agreed to come and launch this book for me. There's a lot that I can tell you, but then you won't read my book. And those books need to be bought. KLB has got to make its money. So, in fact, they told me, please make sure you don't give my books free. I said, I will not, but I will solicit. Like Mr. President, wewe unaweza kuamua today tu useme nitanunulia shule hivi vitabu. Useme high school yako moja au mbili nitawanunulia so many books. Or university or so. So wajue historia ya Kenya kidogo. Hiyo inategemea mfuko wako. Na huo mfuko najua hawezi kukosea kidogo. Kwa hivyo, as I said, thank you very much, Mr. President, for having agreed to launch this book. And to all of you who have honored this invite, I'm truly grateful that you actually found time to come and join me. So, President, wataka nikuambie nini? Niambie nikuambie nini? I know you have a lot of things to do for us. We've said many a times that public office is not to pursue personal ambitions, right? We need to elect officials who serve this country with a purpose. I believe that freedom we enjoy today is a precious gift from God and the hope of every heart. The quest for freedom inspired our independence heroes and heroines to end colonialism and has sustained our country through various challenges. Now, Mr. President, the question that lingers in my mind, why we only sing the first stanza of our national anthem? The other stanzas contain much more units, much more that unites us, our country, and enforces our national values. They embody our national philosophy, representing what we stand for and what we would fight for as a people. The reason that motivates soldiers like me to defend our nation is encapsulated in our national flag, anthem, and loyalty. Mr. President, I know you have a difficult task ahead. Maybe a very difficult task than most of you are as a president. Because wajua sisi wana Kenya tumechanuka sana siku hizi. So ukififia kidogo hivi tutakugonga tu. Ili tunataka Kenya ipanuke. So mimi sitaki kusema mengi zaidi. Nitataka kukusihi usome kitabu changu. Na najua kitakufurahisha kidogo. Ukiweza kununulia wanafunzi wengine hivi vitabu, wajue historia vile mambo yanavyoendelea, nitafurahi. I will now invite you, Your Excellency, ujiweke kidole na unifungulie kile kitabu, alafu tuzidi kuendelea mbele. Otherwise, thank you so much. I really appreciate you are spending this time with us because of this book of mine. Na kila mara tunakuombea. Kazi yako si rahisi. Kuwa president wa taifa is a big task, kwa sababu huwezi kutosheleza haja zetu. Hata siku moja ukirudi nyuma kidogo, alikuwa anaenda nje na MPs wake wengine wa Rift wakimgonga Moi. Lakini niliwaita nikawaambia, wacheni mzee afanye kazi. And eventually they stopped, which I know helped Moi. He came and told me, oh, sasa wamegeuka. Uongozi wako. So thank you so much, Mr. President. I'll now call you upon to launch the book. And to you all, thank you very much for coming. And I really plead that you read this book, and then let us all work towards improving this country of ours. I believe it's a great country, and there's a lot to be done. I don't envy your task, particularly now. Sasa mimi vile nilisema tulikuwa tunalalamika na wenzangu kwamba hawa vijana hawa watatuharibia. Sasa unaona vile mambo yalivyo. Sasa ujue ni njia gani utatumia kututuliza ili tufanye mambo yetu sawa sawa. Great for this nation. Mungu akubariki, uendeshe nchi hii vyema, na sisi sote tuunge President mkono. Sasa umesikia hayo makofi, utakuwa supported vyema. Thank you very, very, very much. Yes. Huyu ni kijana wangu ambaye nafanya kazi wapi?
Kenya Revenue Authority.
He works with Kenya Revenue Authority. Yes. Yeah. Okay. God bless you.
All right. A round of applause for the author. Thank you. Thank you very much. As you take your seat, sir, we just have 2 more engagements before we go to the signing of the book. And allow me, Your Excellency, at this point to invite Dr. Frank Jenga, who will speak briefly before we progress with the rest of our program. Tumpigie makofi. Daktari Frank Jenga is a man who needs very little introduction, particularly in the space where he operates, in the area of being a doctor wa mawazo na akili. Welcome, Daktari.
Your Excellency, you'll be happy to hear I only have 2 things to say. The first is that thank you for inviting my brother, Marsden. As he has explained, he came to Kiambu on a reading spree, took Elizabeth, and in revenge, I was sent to get his sister, and I continue to tell him I got a better deal. The second thing I would like to say, Your Excellency, is that I really appreciate the work